I have talked about the inner child and how to heal it, but I haven't talked about what the inner child is. That you will learn in this video. Hey, I'm Rana from CCM, where our mission is to help people to a better life mentally and emotionally. Two obvious things about the inner child is that it's in a part of you and that it comes from your childhood, which you can hear of like the name inner child. It's a part that should be carefree and childish and doesn't overthink so much. It's more in the moment and enjoying everything and is curious of everything and just want to learn more and explore more and be free. Depending on different events in your childhood, it can be affected. And it gets affected because it's sort to protect you. And sometimes it's just the feeling arising, and the feeling arising, it is so it shouldn't be worse. It wasn't to protect you to get it worse. And it affects your emotions. And the thing that I don't notice is that the more I have healed my inner child, the more I get more carefree and the more I enjoy playing and do play more. Like I play a bit more today than I do, especially when I did like when I was a very young adult. But I'm not really sure if I play more now than I did when I was a kid, because I did play a lot as a kid, but I didn't play as much as the other kids do. So I did like play less than the average kid when I was a kid, and now I probably play more than the average adult. And that's the thing, like when you heal yourself from it and when you start to heal yourself, the inner child gets more like a child and doesn't get this pretending grown-up adult, because you have an adult part of you. The inner child should be a child, and it's fun when it is just like it should be, like it is carefree, like that it doesn't really think so much about the consequences and are more in the moment. And the thing is that you can be in the moment and it won't affect your like the future as much, because you can know what kind of things that will affect the future even if you are in the moment. So you can choose not to do things that will affect you negatively afterwards. And for some reason I think that if you are more in the moment and if your child is really healed, I think that you do choices that won't affect your future in a bad way, because I think it's more likely that if your inner child is affected in some way, that it wants to take out all the pleasures from this moment. It is more likely that you do choose things that will affect your like afterwards negatively than if your child is healed. I think it's different from people to people how easy they have to get like hurt or get their inner child hurt when they came here. And I think that most of the times no one really wants the kid to get hurt, but some people are going through things that should have made them feel like that should make the inner child hurt. And sometimes they aren't that hurt, but it's very obvious what the reasons are. But for me it's more subtle. Like if someone looked from it from the outside, they wouldn't really pinpoint so good that this will affect her when she is older, this will affect her from years on now. Like I have a really hard time being different, and I have a hard time doing stuff that I don't feel comfortable with. And that comes from me feeling other people's emotions a lot. Because even if I didn't get bullied, or even if someone didn't tell me that I was ugly over and over again, I did feel like my dad, he wanted the best for me. And he was a bit scared that someone will make fun of me if I didn't have the right things. So, like, I went in a school where half of the people had jeans and half of the people had soft pants. And for my dad, soft pants wasn't never like something I could wear. Jeans was the thing I should wear. And that was just because he didn't want me to get bullied, that people would think that we didn't have money or was poor because I had soft pants. And even though like he did that from his heart and he did that so I wouldn't get hurt, but I did feel he's worried about that, and that is affecting me. So I have had a bit of a hard time to sticking out or doing something. Like the first day that I went to work in soft pants because I needed to do that, I had so much anxiety, and it was near like 3 times for me to go back home and change, even though I would come late to work, just because I was so afraid. And I know that this afraid feeling comes actually from nowhere, because I didn't know that my co-workers wouldn't care. So how can you notice your inner child? Please let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Take care.